Hello everyone, XPGamesNL here. Welcome back to a new Fire Emblem Builder tutorial. Yeah, welcome back. It's been a while. Every single tutorial video has a pretty big gap in between, and that's because college is just doing a lot of stuff to take me free time down, you know? Um, anyway, today we're here doing a special tutorial on how I do my portraits, a custom portrait tutorial, you could say kind of custom character tutorial, but that's more of filling in the stats and such. This is more of a custom portrait tutorial. Um, so today I'm going to show you the process I go through to create a unique portrait for my characters in the ROM hack. It's a pretty lengthy process, and we'll be doing a lot of stuff outside of FEBuilder for this episode, so you won't really need FEBuilder that much. Today's episode is not sponsored by any person who requested a tutorial, really. I talked with Eckhart in the Discord about a couple of things about how I make my portraits, and he thought that it'd just be a good idea if I made a tutorial on the portraits and how I make my splices and such. So, what I will be teaching you today is how to work with this tool. It's kind of weird when I stretch it out like that. I do not know if I it's not thanks. Okay, it's staying very small, so I can basically there's not too much to see. I'll just keep this in the background. That's nice. So this little tool right here, that's not what I wanted to do. So this little tool right here, this is the Fire Emblem Character Creator. Now, if you have the repo of Clackinator, if you have the FEUniverse repo, this tool should be there. Otherwise, it can be just simply found on the internet. I might put a download link in the description. Might not do that. Because this tool is really easy to find. So what I do for my ROM hack, Fire Emblem the Prophecy of Flames, is I make splices. Now, splices are basically you take the hairpiece of one character, face of one character, and the armor of one character. That is what I usually do with splicing. It's a really interesting way to get new portraits without having to completely construct new faces, make completely new faces, new characters, new armor, new clothing. Because a portrait, I can quickly show you guys literally the portrait. So if Molder right here, I would have to do a completely new clothing for Molder. If I wanted to, if Molder has been constructed from the ground up, they drew his hair in a unique way. They drew his face in a unique way. His mustache, everything you see at this handsome man, every single pixel of this handsome man has been constructed from the ground up, and that is really hard. Takes a lot of time, a lot of skill too. There are people who do that. I don't, because I'm not that good at making portraits and shazzle wazzle stuff. So I just instead make splices, which saves a lot more time. It's a lot easier, especially if you're a one-man team and you do not have the money to request someone or commission someone to make unique portraits. Splicing is a very unique way of creating somewhat unique character designs. I did make a couple of unique characters from splices, like I made a Tiki once. I'll see if I can put that on screen actually, because I have actually made a custom Tiki splice with some custom things on it. Let me see if I can find it real quick. Okay, so this is the Tiki I'm talking about. If I get Microsoft Paint real quick, this is the Tiki I was talking about. This particular portrait, this is the face of very young Guinevere and the body of Faye/Fa from Fire Emblem 6 and the hairpiece of Lara Shell, but I simply added the little tiara thingy that Tiki has. I added that on top of the splice. So this is an example of what you can do with splicing if you do some custom stuff with the splice, but today we're going to focus instead on making our own splices from the ground up, not doing too much interesting stuff. So what I usually do is when I start making a splice with this tool, I usually select the face first because that is one of the most interesting aspects, one of the most important things. You want the face for the character to be correct first. That's the main thing you're going to be looking at with the character. It's mostly the face. So you want a good face for your character that fits the character. I'm going to be making a character live on. Yeah, I'm live making a character that is also in Fire Emblem. This character will be in Fire Emblem: The Prophecy of Flames. I thought, why not do two things in one go? So today we're making a female troubadour. Um, so let's see. Erica has a pretty decent face. Did I already use an Erica splice? I don't think I did. I might come back to Erica. So what I usually do when making a splice is just look at all the options that are available. Like for an example, I liked the Erica face just now. I'll keep that in the back of my mind, and once I'm like, okay, this is a really cool splice, or once I've made up the face, then I'll come back. And I also like the Florina one. This is also a pretty cool one. You could also do some pretty cool stuff with that. I'll keep those two in mind. By the way, this tool at the moment does not contain every single character. And I will also, if it takes too long, be frequently just speeding up the footage. That's another thing that I will do. So right now, yeah, I think I'll speed up the footage and I'll let you guys know when I found the portrait, the thing, and we're going to use. I'm going to select a hairpiece, a piece of the armor, so that we get sort of like the that we get the armor in. I'm going to do that as well as I'm going to do. I'm going to make a standard mug. So I'll see you guys in a bit. All right, I think I'm content with this mug for now. Right now what I've done is just basically selected all of the attributes I wanted to use for this character. I've given her quite a few, yeah, quite a few tweaks. What we're going to do now is, I could actually move this a bit. I think this is better. What you want to look out for when you make a splice is that you kind of make sure that all of the elements. Oh my god, I'm really getting OCD because I want the hair right here to perfectly fit on the head. But it's really hard to determine which one is better. I think this one is better. But you want to like perfectly make sure that everything lines up properly, including the hair, because you have like characters that have face sideways. Their hair will obviously not fit with a character that has a more inward look. So That is something you gotta watch out for. Now, there's a couple of things here. I'll, for the sake of showcasing it, just go and really quickly slide a bit. So what you can see right here is what I'm doing here is I'm editing the color of the hair of the character. I wanted to go with some kind of yellowish for this character. I could go with like very bright yellow. But most of the color editing, this is a really nice tool for color picking, but most of the color editing I do in Usenti, the tool that I've also shown during the palette tutorial. Instead, we'll now just be exporting this picture, and I'll show you the next step in the process, which is mainly getting yourselves, getting the portrait in the proper frame, in the proper place. So, yeah, let's just do that. Let's click export. So now behind the scenes, I'll grab the exported mug real quick, and boom, there you go. Now it popped up on screen. It immediately popped up on screen, which is really, really interesting. Okay, so what I have done now is I have actually gotten the output in front of me, as well as I actually got the Florina portrait right here. Since I used Florina's base, or her face, as base of this mug, I grabbed a portrait of her from the FE7 ROM. I just took it so that we can paste this mug right here. Mia, I'm gonna call her Mia, or Natalie. You know what? You and the guys in the comments can decide what the name of this character will be. I'll just copy this character, put her in the base portrait right here, and yeah. What will happen then is we'll just start recoloring a bit. So first things first, this character is still twice the size they should be. So for an example, if we just go to the portrait real quick, increase the size of this, make sure you guys can actually see a bit. If I just spaced it here, you can see that this is way too big. That is because this little, this character right here is twice the size of what it should be to fit in the mug frame. So we're going to make her a bit smaller. So yeah, I called her Mia, but we could also call her Natalie. I do not really know what the better name is. So there we go. We put her here. Alright, so now you have this character here, but as you can see, a lot of things do not really match up. She's a different set of colors, really. What I'm going to be doing is I'll be speeding up the footage once again. I'll be editing the colors real quick. I'll be changing the colors into standard colors, the colors I kind of want her to be. The rest of the color editing I'll do in Usenti, but I'll just get some very standard colors in just so that everything matches up. So that is what I'm going to be doing in the next sped up segment. Yeah, it's gonna be fun. Alright, so that is that. Now that I've selected the colors that I wanted for this character, I think I'll go with the name Mia. Now that I've selected the Mia's like colors and stuff, or should I still go with Natalie? Well, just leave it in the comments down below, your preference, because I'm still kind of uncertain. By the way, I was going for a little freckle idea here. You've seen me messing around with that in the footage. That was because one. Let's just do this. One. Oh, that's okay. Let's not do that anymore. One, people with freckles are incredibly cute. And second, this is sort of a thing that I wanted to do. I wanted to do some freckles on characters. But another thing is that I talked about this with Eckhard in the Discord server. So what we're going to do now is we're going to save this real quick, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to open up Usenti, because now we have the mug colored in and everything. But before we do stuff like the mini mug and the eyes, there's still something else we need to do, and that is firing up Usenti first. There you go. I'm going to look for the file real quick. It should be in here somewhere. Give me just a second. Once I found it, I will show it to you guys. It's a bit of searching that I need to do. There you go. So, right here, we have our Usenti opened up. Where's my OBS? There's my OBS. And as you can see, we have Mia here. The thing with Mia now is that before we can actually edit the rest of the thing, I first want to get the shading done, because as you can see, Mia's kind of bald in this spot. So what we want to do is we want to select this color right here. The reason I'm doing this in Usenti, by the way, is because Usenti allows for using 3 colors at the same time. So what I usually do is I grab the darkest color first, and then I add the second color. In this case, that's the orange color. Then I add that one, and then it's like a little staircase, you know? Right here, so for an example, we start with the darkest color right here. That's this grayish. Then we have a little orange-like color, and then a sort of yellow-like color. In the corner, I start with the gray one first, then with the orange one, and next up is the yellow one, and it gives some sort of interesting skin tone kind of idea. And this is how I usually do my shading. In the portraits, I usually do my shading like this. So I guess this is decent shading. Well, it doesn't look too great yet. Let me just quickly add just a little more. How's this look? I can barely see. It's really hard to see from that far in the distance. That's not good. This might be better. I think this is decent shading. I think we'll settle with this for now. We could actually do a little more, by the way. There is, right here, there's still a spot that we kind of need to do. There's like a spotlight right here. There might be some more shading that needs to be done here, because this is like small tiara she's wearing, so we need to do some shading right there. And I guess this is enough shading. So we're going to save this Mia right here, and we're going to go back to Paint. So what we want to do now is I could actually open a new one very quickly like this. I'm going to close the old one. The reason why I'm going to close the old one is because we don't need it anymore. So like that. So now what we want to do is we have Florina's portrait right here, or mini mug. I will actually use the eyes of her mini mug, or like her face. I'll try to use that. I'll try to clone/copy that one. Can we actually recolor? No, we cannot. Wait a second. Uh-oh, this is bad. So what has happened now is that we cannot recolor. That's a thing with Paint. Sometimes Paint has that. I'm going to dump it right here. So right now, we should be able to recolor, I hope at least. Like this. Yeah, there we go. We can recolor. So what I'm going to do now is just recolor all of this. We need to kind of recolor every single talking frame, every single thing in Florina's face. We need to recolor it all, because if we're going to paste her blinking frames and her talking frames onto the face of our little character right here, we'll call her Mia for now. What happens is the colors do not match up, and we can only have 16 colors, so as well as it would look weird if we did not have them match up. So what we're going to do now is going for the darker gray. So what we're going to be doing now is we're going to be making the mini mug. Where's this gray? It's barely visible, only if you just pay incredible attention. I'm just finishing recoloring this real quick. Sorry for all of this right now. I could not do it, but you know, it saves me time in the end. What we're gonna do now is I'm going to copy Florina's face, if everything is alright. I think it is. Maybe. How's this color holding up? Okay, we'll recolor this real quick. It looks really weird on Florina, but hey, it's not of essence right now. I'm gonna copy her face real quick and like paste it like down here or something. We do not even need to do that. We can just boom like this. How I make my mini mugs is simply just do this, make her a lot smaller, and what we'll do is we'll just chop. We'll crop it a bit. And as you can see, her face is not really the chibi style that we expect from Fire Emblem Game Boy Advance games. So what we do is we grab the face of Florina we posted earlier and we try to fit that in here. And this is a place where it kind of works. So what we do now is we try this, boom, boom. And we try this color right here, boom, boom. And we'll get the lightest one right here. Boom, boom. There you go. Now, it doesn't look perfect, but it is at least a little better than some kind of weird standard mini mug kind of idea. I'll just grab this real quick. There you go. So, what we'll do now is I'll go and start. Yeah, we'll start just doing this. We need to fill out the lines, otherwise it looks a bit weird. Oh, I do not have my second color set to the that thing. So what will we be doing? Well, what I'm doing right now is kind of simple. I'm just drawing the edges of the mini mug. What we want to do after that, I can tell you guys what is coming up after we are done with this. What we want to do after this is we're going to copy the blinking frames that Florina has, these ones, and we're going to paste them onto our portrait in Usenti. So yeah, right now the mini mug is finished. We're going to save this. I should save this, but I'll do a save as. Well, I'll just grab this real quick. There you go. I'll save this as. Wait a second. What's this? I'll save this real quick. I wanted this one. There you go. Yeah, as I said, we're going to do the blinking frames. I'm sorry for this tutorial. It's really, really messy, but yes, I want to save that. We're going to now. I have to hold on a second. I'll have to open up the new version. So now what we want to do is we want to edit the blinking frames. Now, how I do my blinking frames is, as you can see, in Usenti you have this really nice tool that allows you to see like the 16 or the, how much pixels is this? This is 8 by 8. You're allowed to, you can easily see the 8 by 8 part of frames right here. Makes it really easy because you just need to select a 4 by 2 area for the eyes. So right here, that would mean that we would select this part for an example. We could actually, this might just be a little more convenient. So what we'll do is we'll do this. Be sure to set this to the opaque thingy, or however you pronounce it. We actually, I just noticed something. I do not think this is going to be too much of a problem, but as you can see, the mouth is barely fitting into the frame right here. We need to not have that, because if the mouth and the eyes are on the same frame right here, so if you could see like the mouth and this portion of the portrait, that would mean that the blinking frames and the talking frames would go through one another, and it causes a lot of problems. So now that we've copied this, what we do, I'll speed that up in a bit, but as you can see, this allows us to easily like copy stuff. Make sure that, by the way, you set these in the correct order. The top row right here is for the talking while a character is smiling kind of thingy. So if you want to add a smile real quick to the portrait, we will just do something like this. To add a smile, I usually do this or this. I think this one or this one. Let's see. I might just do this one instead, like that, and surround it like this. That is better. That's a lot better, actually. I'll just copy this one. This is for the talking frames, where the character is laughing as well. So keep in mind that when you do the talking frames, be sure to keep these first two right here. They should be the character talking while having the smile enabled, and this one is just a standstill while having a smile. It's very hard to explain. I think it's just kind of hard. I'll copy this, by the way. I'll have to make this the standard one. That's blue. I do not want blue. I have to make this the standard one because I made a little change. But this allows you to easily like edit the talking frames. So now you might be wondering, how do we add the talking frames? We literally removed all of them from the portrait. Well, it's kind of simple. I have the original portrait with the Florina talking frames. I have them open in the separate paint file. And what I can do here is I can just copy the part of the mouth. I can show it actually. Right here, I copy the mouth of Florina. And what I do is I basically paste that inside the portrait, and then you get this. So now the character is speaking. And I'll do this for the rest of the talking frames. Blinking frames work work exactly the same like this. So you can basically just grab Florina closing her eyes. You can basically grab that, and yeah, you can add it on top of the face. So that's what I'm going to be doing. I'll be back with you guys in a bit. So see you then. All right, that actually happened quite faster. That actually I finished quite quickly. Normally it takes me a little while longer to do this, but right now it seems like it's all just working out fine. One thing that I wanted to talk about too was that you saw me probably if you caught the me doing this. What I did is, as you can see, I use Control Z, and Control Y. Right here. That is because I simply want to check if the blinking animation is a little bit realistic. I do this by just simply undoing and redoing. That allows me to quickly check if the blinking frames are realistic. So there are two things that still remain before we can import this portrait into FEBuilder. The first thing is this little thing right here. It's a little bit annoying. As you can see, we need to recolor this because we're not using those colors anywhere in the portrait right here, so we need to recolor them, otherwise they'll just occupy the slots. And speaking of color slots, portraits in Fire Emblem Builder, as you probably understand by now, they only have 16 color slots, so you can only have 16 colors at a time. As you can see over here, this is way more than 16 colors that we have right here. There's a lot more than that. So what we want to do is we just quickly want to go to palettes, and there's an option here called requantize. Now, you might not be able to see this clearly, but here we can sort of type in the amount of colors we want the a portrait to be narrowed down to. So if I type in 16 here, boom, the program will automatically deduce and give us 16 colors to work with. And what happens right now is that there's no real big differences in colors right here, but I have had moments where I had real big changes in color, and what happened then was that I was not able to. I had to manually um, remove colors from the image, like by, let's say we have this color in our image and it's the exact same yellow right here. Like, imagine this is the exact same yellow and you would not figure it out. The program is like, okay, this is a very important color because it's used in the portrait, so I will remove another color in favor of keeping the green, which is then a yellow variant. It wants to keep that one in instead of removing the yellow one. So then you'll have to manually filter that out by just setting this to like 0 and replacing that with this color, for an example. And then the program knows, okay, he's not using that color anymore, and etc. So that is that. I just noticed this. Um, Freckles on a mini mug is even harder. What the hell? Um, yeah, I got myself into trouble now. Ah, well. Forget about it for now. So basically that is that. We now have 16 colors. The only thing I will still do is like try to tone down the colors a bit. I'll add a bit of blue to the mix to see to make the colors just a little bit softer, because they can be quite exaggerated. Right here, this color as well. I think this is, yeah, this is the same as, okay. We'll not edit that color, but this color might just need a little bit more blue. Or not. We'll keep it that way. Just because I kind of want to add in a little bit more blue, because I find that color, this is a better color, in my opinion. Because this color right here, previously the color was like this. It's like very in your face. It's a lot brighter, but if you add a little more blue, it tends to like fade out a bit more. This might be just a tad too extreme, by the way. I'll just keep the dark orange color. That might just be a little more in place. And for the rest, I do not really think I need to do more with the colors. I'm really happy with how the colors turned out. Maybe this one a little more blue, because it's, I could actually, this changes into a very nice color. Wait a second. Changes it to some sort of pink-like color. This is a really nice color. This is a really nice color for this portrait. It's very soft. It's a kind of gentle color in my eyes. So I don't know. It looks good in my opinion. This is a little bit too purple. Like this. This is really nice. I'll see if what I also do on my testing ground is let's see if I want to go a little extreme with the colors. I tried that a couple of times, but I think I'll just do this just a little bit more here. And it changes into some kind of nice sort of, yeah, it changes into some kind of reddish pink instead of the orange. I like this more than the orange one actually. I like this. This is a really nice portrait. It turned out really nice. So now we have reduced the colors to 16. I'll just save this real quick. What I also do is, so this how it was before. It's kind of orange and barbaric in my eyes, but we kind of toned it down to this nicer shade. So keep that in mind. Just try playing with the colors a bit after you've sort of gotten the colors into your portrait. Try playing a bit. Most of the times, if you think a color is too bright or too much in your face, try adding a little bit blue. And if a color is a little bit too lazy or a little bit too lax, try adding a little bit of green and red into the mix. I feel like that helps a bit. You know, there is a reason why blue, a lot of people associate the feeling of calm and peace and rest with blue. And I think that is exactly because of this reason, because adding a little bit more blue gives a little more peaceful color. So right now, this is the moment of truth. I'll get FEBuilder out and I'll go to the tutorial ROM. I actually closed it, which is kind of dumb. And this is going to be like the little test to see if we truly created a portrait that we can insert. Where's the tutorial ROM? Did I lose it? Oh no. I'm probably overlooking the ROM. It should be here somewhere. Oh no. Ah, there it is. Let's wait for FEBuilder to start up. There you go. So this is the FEBuilder. I'll go to the character editor and I'm going to look for Natasha real quick because Natasha is a cleric after all. I could also insert her in like La Rochelle's place. So before you're not allowed to see that. I'm going to insert the portrait real quick. The new Mia portrait. There you go. So, right now, the frames are in the exact correct place. What the hell? There's no close. I thought we did the closing frames. I apparently used one too much Control Z's. I see. Okay, that is inconvenient as hell. I'll just. That's better. That's better. I'll just. Could just Control S, just Control save. Let's see. Import. There you go. That's better. So now she closed her eyes. The talking is not too good. Doesn't look too good. But I haven't seen it active in the ROM. This is to close eyes. I think this portrait looks really, really good. I'm happy with this portrait. So yeah, now we're basically at the end of everything. This is how how I make my portraits. That was not what I wanted to do. This is how I make my portraits in FEBuilder. And insert them. This is how I make my splices, how I do everything. So yeah, that is basically everything there is to it. If there's anything that didn't really come through, if there's anything that didn't really stand out too much, yeah, if you want more clarity, I mean, on some of the things I covered, then be sure to let me know in the comments. I think that I did a really decent job, although a very messy job, at explaining everything. But yeah, that is that. I hope you enjoyed. I will see you guys all next time in a new video, wherever that is. And yeah, hope you had fun. See you guys all later. And consider subscribing if you want more content like this, and liking the video if you found this helpful. See you guys all later. Goodbye.